downline the way I wanted to, and I was literally selling machines, one machine at a time. And these celebrities, the only good news about them is they don't just buy one machine, they buy 10 machines. Because they have to have one in the dressing room, or they leave it behind in South America. Whatever it may be, I get to deal with it. And I'm known as the water boy. I hate the title, but I'll take it. So, some of the celebrities that we deal with, we got Bill Gates. Yeah. Philanthropist, richest man in the world, maybe second now. But great guy, called me up and directly and said, I need some machines for my house. I wasn't expecting to see what I saw when I got there, because this house is 2 blocks long. And it's got about 16 to 25 rooms in it, and we pretty much equipped every wing of this house with 60 machines. So it was a big deal. He's got them on his jet, he's got them on his boat. Wherever he may travel, he's got the machine in that carry-on case, and it's been a great thing. Demi. As we all know, she's been going through some hard times. My company's based in Palm Desert, California. And the reason why we're there is because of the Betty Ford Center. They use this water continuously for all of their patients that come through there. Woo! Yeah. And the nice thing about it is we work so good with them because we have a lot of the doctors at Eisenhower Medical Center, which is right next door to them, and they all use it personally. They can't prescribe it to their patients, but they use it personally, and that's a big blessing to us because that lets us know that this water is truly a gift to them and their families. She's been going through some hard times, and we got her absolutely back to normal again. And all we did was we tripled her intake of Kangen water. We don't believe in the Western medicine, and that is the pills, the constant pills that you put into people to get them to overcome maybe depression or things of that nature. We just like to take them the right way, and that is with what our body needs the most, and that's water. So, George Lopez. George likes to drink, and he likes to have a good time. And the picture that you see here is everywhere he goes, he has that little blue bottle. We've probably lost about 100 of them. So I'm constantly calling Don and asking for a new supply. But George is a great guy. He's on a borrowed kidney from his ex-wife. And again, he likes to have a good time. So we stabilize him with a lot of water. Him and his assistant are non-stop with this water at all times. And I don't know if you're gonna see him with a new show that's coming out, and you'll see the difference of where he was with the George Lopez show, and you'll see him now, and you'll see the difference of how much hydrating your body actually does. Sammy Hagar, we just picked up Sammy. Sammy just sold his tequila company for $900 million.
Oh.
They just named the Cabo Airport after him. It's called the Sammy Hagar Airport now. He has now been on the water for approximately 3 months and literally bleeds this water. It is taking its place in everything that he does. If he takes a shot of Cabo tequila, there's 2 shots of Kangen water behind him. Yeah. The world I live in is celebrities, but I think that you guys are the true celebrities here because you really have to understand that what you guys are doing compared to these guys, they're taking care of themselves. You're taking care of everybody, and that's the key that I'm hoping to get back into, and this being here is helping me do that. Roger Daltrey, Peter Townsend. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl event that they did a couple years ago when they were on stage. Peter Townsend's back is in really bad shape from all those years of being on stage and rocking out with The Who, and what we did to get him ready for that show, because he was in no way ready for that show because his back was hurting so much, we literally put a gallon of Kangen water into him the night before and the day of, and it got him through the whole show. But these are great guys, and I want to tell you that Roger was using the competitor's machine at one time. So this is a really kind of a nice thing because we steered him away from that. He even came to me and said, at the time, this was about 3 years ago, he said, is there a way for me to endorse this and get a free machine out of it? And I said, we don't use people like you to do that. And so, yeah, So now he owns 3 machines, and he travels with them everywhere. And Pete's getting back into motion again. Hopefully, they get back on stage and perform the way that they have in the future and in the past. So we're looking forward to seeing them again soon. Carlos Santana. I've been with Carlos now. Yeah. I've actually taken Mr. Higa and his family, and Don and his family, and a few other people, and we've really had a good time with him in Vegas and all over the place. And Carlos is a big advocate. I mean, his daily diet is hamburgers and French fries and Kangen water. His wife got him involved with the Kangen water, Cindy, and Cindy is his drummer. She's been a jazz band, drummer for many, many years, world renowned. And now that he's got married, she's got him completely wrapped around the Kangen water. As a matter of fact, I got a call this morning from him on my way up here from Palm Desert because he wants to buy another machine for the travel because they lost the one that they had for the tour. Yeah, common issue with these people. They lose them, and I like it. I really do like it. I like it a lot. Again, 1 machine at a time. That's what I have to deal with. In this case, 3. My good friend who I've been with for now 7 years, Steven Tyler. Steven is a character. What you see on TV is exactly what you get when you're with him in real life. Couple stories. Whenever I'm in trouble, or not in trouble, but whenever I can't be 3 places at once, I always rely on 2 people, Stan and Don Prosser. Don travels with me from time to time on tour when I can't be doing 2 things at one time. And if you've been to a concert, you always know that there's an opening band and there is the main attraction. And with Steven, obviously, it's always the main attraction. So Don accompanies me on these trips. So when you see these pictures of us and we're backstage, what we're trying to do is kind of give you an insight without kind of opening up too much, because we're not allowed to, kind of show you the real ins and outs. But me and Don have a really good time. And this picture was actually taken in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Steven was just off his rocker when we came in with that case. And the way that he presents himself is bigger than life. The pictures that you didn't see before that is when he jumped himself into my arms, and I literally was carrying him while I'm holding the case, and Don's behind me with 15 bottles of water. Steven's a great guy. He's a great advocator. How you doing? I have a call.
Sorry to interrupt. It's another one of your friends. He's got a couple things he'd like to tell you.
Okay. Is it good or bad?
Can we tape this in down here? Just so the iPad doesn't fall down.
It's like a day in your life.
If you come over here, you can see him. You might be able to see him up there here in a second. Ron Perlman. He can hear you.
We can't hear him.
You can't hear him. Okay.
Hold on, Ron. Ron was supposed to be here today, but had an unscheduled trip to New York.
You'll be able to hear if anybody reads lips. Anybody can help? He'll be on here in a second, and you can talk a little bit about it.
Okay. Ron, he's a good friend of mine. He's not one of. What are we looking at?
Turning up the volume.
He's not one of my clients. He's a friend, a really good friend, and so if we can get him on. Again, he was supposed to be here. He backed out because he's not used to large crowds. That's our face, isn't it?
Can you? By the way, I didn't have this face when I was kind of drinking the water. I guess you can hear me now. Because it's for short time, we'll never get laughs like that. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Just sitting here telling people about the Hollywood lifestyle with the water. How you guys use it.
First of all, I wish I could be there with you today. I was supposed to be. I got some last-minute business in New York, and so, which is my hometown, which is where my 91-year-old dear mom is, and so I had to hightail it on back here. But due to the miracle, not only of Kangen Water, but of the Apple technology that allows me to be there with you as a talking head, celestial head that just seems to be floating in the ether. How you doing? How you doing? I see me in the background there. Kind of disconcerting, I see me twice now. I'm not that thrilled with once, but twice is way over the top. Anybody got any questions? Oh, I love you back.
Why do you drink the water? Why do you drink the water, Ron?
Well, I drink the water because, first and foremost, because Todd was so up my butt that I basically started drinking it just so that he would have something else to bug me about. But you know, I'm not going to tell you my age, although Entertainment Tonight was very happy to say, and turning 62 today, Ron Perlman, about a week ago.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Anyway, you know, when you get to be my age and you're in a performance-oriented kind of a profession like acting is, it's kind of, you kind of have to have your physical potential, you know, always be at its peak level, because what you're doing is a physically oriented, performance-oriented task. You're noticing that all of the knocks and bangs that you took when you were in your teens and 20s and 30s begin to really start haunting you in your 50s and 60s, including things like arthritis and stuff like that. I've only owned a Kangen machine now for about 2 months, 2.5 months, and I've already noticed that I'm pain-free in my ankles and knees and elbows and joints. I was starting to feel the beginnings of arthritis in certain of my joints. It seems as though the progress of that becoming an issue has been kind of diminished, if not stopped in its tracks. Those are the most obvious things that I've noticed in the very short time that I've been drinking the water consistently. I drink a lot of it. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life, really. And I look fantastic, don't I?
Has it improved your golf game? Because we all know what that's like.
Yeah, we don't all know, Todd. Next time I see you, I'll pay you good money if you wouldn't share what you know with a bunch of strangers. But the answer is no, it has not improved my golf game, and you told me that it would, so.
Ron's wife, she actually, who does she know that has one that introduced her to it?
I can't remember.
His wife came home one day when I had a loaner machine in his house, because I've been trying to get him to get on this water for quite some time. I was giving him loaner machines, and our schedules have crossed, and there's been excuse after excuse after excuse. But when I finally drove up to his driveway a couple months ago, and I saw, what is it, about 10 of these Sparklets or Arrowhead jugs out in the front with the sunlight beaming down, it was a blessing to have Stan with me, and us being able to hook up this machine and do it without all the hoses, especially. That was a big thing for him. But now that he's on the water, it's a blessing, and I'm glad that he's there with us. And I really appreciate you taking the time out with this.
Which reminds me, Todd, I have to call Arrowhead and cancel my subscription. Thanks for reminding me. Because those 5-gallon jugs are accumulating in my driveway.
Hold on. You want to talk in the chest?
So Todd, on that note, let's really thank both Todd and Ron for making their schedules available for us, for them to be here. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time. You guys know that when the celebrities start doing this thing, it's only a matter of time that the whole wide world does. And we've been doing it before them. Okay, so this is awesome. Todd, thank you.
One last thing, I just really want to thank Stan and Don Prosser because they've made my life so much easier. And without them, I really couldn't have done a lot of the things that I've done so far. So thank you all.